both of y'all got college degrees. You can't do no shit like this. And walks off. Walks off. Classic.
Oh man,
And at
man.
the time, was popping peanuts in his mouth too. I remember that. He either popcorn or peanuts. He was like,
Yeah,
said, said both of y'all got college degrees. You can't do no shit like this.
pretty
Walks
much.
off.
Just I
And
still
and when he walked off, by the time he was out the room was by the time it settled in and we looked at each other like, damn.
I don't know why we went to college, Jordan. It's just kind of disappointing. We we come back from the act break. Our friends Ron and Dwayne are at an impasse. We go to McClurkin Hall lobby to find Dwayne now in civilian clothes, studying when a well dressed, excited Whitley enters. Dwayne, I had my date with Operation Clammy Sammy was a success, and Dwayne is like, what? And she's like, Sam, I went on a date with him. I talked to him, and he says, you two are shoe-ins to make it. And he says Ron might be the best pledge he's ever seen in his life. And Dwayne's like, I don't care. What you mean I
That
don't
and
care?
yeah, that was when you knew he wasn't he didn't want to be in a fraternity because if somebody would have heard if somebody would have come up to him and told me or somebody like that said, we found out that you are a shoe-in
Yeah.
for this and you just dropped. Oh,
Yeah.
Stella.
Yeah, pretty much. And he was like,
You
yeah.
left, and then somebody comes up to you and says, "You are a shoe-in," and you like, man, oh
Man.
man,
Yeah, he was not caring at all. And
yeah,
then
he didn't care at all.
he's like, and when he let it be known that he dropped it, she's like, what? And
She
she's
was
talking
hot.
about, I have done things that I've never done before in my life. And Whitley Dwayne's face is like, I had dinner. Wait, I was served food by a man in a cow's head. She went to the dude took her on a date to some restaurant that was just horrible. It felt like I don't even know what to call it.
You would think that. I mean, I understand you don't have any money in college, but you would think that as much as he was puppy dogging after Whitley,
Yeah.
he would have taken her at least somewhere where they were not dressed up like animals.
Yes. Dressed, yeah, and say I had to eat with a pitchfork. She was hot about that.
She was hot.
She was not having about it. I had to order my food from a man wearing a cow's head. Whitley was she was Whitley in at that moment. She was mad. And like I said, Dwayne didn't care, and at that there's a moment where Whitley comes in and is like, I wonder how you gonna feel when Ron don't care about your ass no more. That's what she basically said.
That's
right?
that's really what it was.
And then she mentioned like, you really haven't been the most supportive person. I guess you'll feel that way when Ron moves in the frat house next year. Don't give a damn about you. I was like, oh my god.
Yeah, he paused on that. He's like, you think he'll move out?
You think it moved?
Why?
Yeah.
Why not? She told me. Oh, I think she said he was about as supportive as his training bro or something like that.
Yeah, she did. She said you about as supportive as a training bro. I was like, wow.
Wow.
Wow, that was colorful. That was quite colorful, Whitley. We go to Gilbert Hall lobby. The event is taking place. These children from the youth center are a little bit on edge. There's one
And they had
child,
that little dude, that one child. He's
Dion.
he's always in some show acting janky.
played by Brandon Adams. He would play Minnie Michael in Moonwalker. He has been in Moesha, Rock, Boy Meets World, but his biggest film, the Mighty Ducks trilogy.
And he was always a little janky kid. All the TV shows seem like he was a little janky kid.
Yeah, he was always.
In fact, he should have been literally labeled Janky Kid 1.
they are having the program, and Randall and Ron are doing a puppet show where they're doing.
Wait, everybody. This is when TV comes into play.
They're doing Little Red Riding Hood and this puppet show, and it's just not going well.
Randall was whack. Ooh, Randall was disappointed.
You know what? Randall was whack, but these kids were animals, man. Like, little
all the kids animals, bro.
Who acting like Dion, man? Like
Dion, I told you, little janky kid, bro. He's a little janky kid.
And the little girl. Even though I got to admit, I think Freddie should just shut up. She said, "It's rude to read. Let her read. She being quiet. That's all that matters." Randall around doing the puppet show. It's Little Red Riding Hood, and it is just going. It's like I said, it's going poorly.
Enter Dwayne Wayne.
Then Dwayne, in the civilian clothes, enters and watches, and then he just jumps in and says, "Let's take a break." Tells the kid, "Don't break anything" or whatever, and then he turns to Ron and is like, "I got an idea." And then we flip in, as you say, TV magic, and suddenly
Let me tell you something.
Ron
before
has
we
a pair
even
of
start
fake
this,
teeth. What?
Let's start off with this. If there is someone who is able to generate an idea and a show that quickly as Dwayne Wayne did, there is no way on earth he should even be thinking about mathematics.
Yeah, he can. He needs.
Engineering is not your specialty.
He needs to
your
be
specialty. You belong at Howard University's Ira Ulrich Street Theater in the Chadwick Boseman School of Fine Arts, because you came up with something no one else, either that or in the School of Communications in a TV productions class or something.
He needs to be a Def Jam the way he came up with that, because they flipped to him and they got a. Ron has what I call him, one of those 23 Skidoo fur coats on from back.
He did have a little fur coat. Oh, you mean like your boy from Animal House?
Yeah, dude, got a fur coat on. He got
like those fur coats that Fred Flintstone wears, bro. To the lodge.
Yeah, this is the lodge. I was like, really? It's like he got a fur. Got wolf ears. He got teeth.
They have a full blown rap song that could challenge any song in the 80s.
And what's his name is talking about how the wolf is driving this red Corvette and all this, and
bruh, they could have made a video and they could have been on your MTV Raps and successful. And he came up with that within 20 minutes.
But I'm still,
because you know those kids wasn't waiting around more than 20 minutes, bruh.
But I'm still mad at Dion, because when he clicked to him and he just doing the WAP, I wanted to hit him. I did. I want to sit your ass down.
Dion was getting on my nerves, bro. Oh, Dion was getting on my nerves.
Either way, Dion was happy, and they all going, and they rapping, and they are pulling this off, and talk the trash. But Randall's part was good. If he doesn't do his part with that high voice, I'm your mother, this and the dude, he was good.
No, there was Randall. There was Whack Randall in the first Little Red Riding Hood, and then there was Post Randall in the Super Duper Dwayne version.
Yeah. So yeah, it was they pull it off. This show, it's great. We cut to later. The pit. The line has obviously crossed.
They've crossed, yep.
They've crossed. They're all walking down to the pit. And Big Brother Sam says, "Hey, all the pizza's on me." And I want to hear somebody say, "I want some drink. I want some drink. I don't want no pizzas. I want some drink."
Hey, man. Every time I see that part, bro, it does not matter how many times I see the episode. I am waiting for that dude to say beer.
I know, and it never comes.
It never comes.
Hey, I've got the money. I got the first round of pizzas.
What? First round of pizzas.
We're in college, man. You better give me
First
some.
round of shots, man.
And Dwayne is standing aside, and he pulls Ron up, and I ain't gonna lie, Ron kind of acting kind of in his feelings a little bit, like, yeah, what?
I can't. He can't really get it. I mean, now don't get me wrong. Dwayne saved that show, but Dwayne still was being Dwayne, bro. And Ron was tired of Dwayne being Dwayne, bro. He's like, bro, like, I listen to you all the time, bro. Like, you gonna roll out on me like that, and then you gonna get mad at me because I stayed, knowing good and well if it was flipped and you would have stayed, it'd have been opposite.
I don't know if I did believe it.
Believe what?
I'm about to say that Dwayne's whole thing saying that, it bothered me that Sam liked him better or whatever he said. He told Ron.
I didn't take it. I didn't take it as him liking him better as much as it was Ron was being more successful than Dwayne is not used to that. Yeah. Dwayne is not used to Ron being the more successful one in whatever facet.
Yeah, that's true.
Grades. I mean, we gonna move further into the last season. That second to last show, Dwayne went off on Ron when they were talking about that whole video game. That they were before the last episode of the entire series.
And
he said, man, I took the woman that you were chasing after. Like, oh wow. Like, whoa, like, so Dwayne always had this I'm kind of looking down on you because my grades are better. Mm-hmm. I feel this way or whatever. That's why y'all gotta, hey, to our 3 listeners, go back a couple of clips. You want to go on Instagram, you want to go on TikTok, you can find it. I say it. In fact, I to this day think that's one of our best clips ever when you say, you did. And then I was like, what's the way to really good friend? That was a great reaction. You were like, you did.
I don't recall this. I'm not gonna lie.
You have to go back and look at that, bro. I laugh at that every time I see it, bro. He said, you did. He was like, wait a minute, you been faking me out all this time? You did. I laugh at it every time, bro. I think that show where I was like, Ross, bro, this is the funniest thing I've ever seen, bro. You did.
I gotta go back and look at that. They make up, and what's his name says, "Hey man, it was only one day. I could talk to Big Brother Sam about this or whatever." And this is Kappa Lambda. This is Kappa Alpha.
That is definitely Kappa Lambda Nu.
All right.
That is not Omega Psi Phi Fraternity, Alpha Phi Alpha, Kappa Alpha Psi, and Phi Beta Sigma.
Yes.
And the Iotas.
Yes. But he says, "No, I'm good." And they're singing, I guess maybe not a hymn, but they're singing the song.
Yeah.
And
we stand tall. We stand together and be Kappa Lambda Nu.
You remember Kappa Lambda Nu.
It actually was a nice little tune.
It was. I felt I said, man, that is really on point. I was like, that sounds like something. That's not something fake right there. It felt real.
Well,
I got to say this.
The fake part was that they sounded a little too harmonious. I don't expect some brothers to just sound Kappa Lambda. Like they literally did sound like a choir, bro. Kappa Lambda Nu.
I guess that's what made it sound so good, bro. It did sound good, bro.
We stand tall.
I just wanted the one thing I missed out of this whole episode. I needed Mr. Gaines to come out. Oh Lord. Now is y'all gonna sing or is y'all gonna eat? I heard you be hungry.
And don't come in here with all that stepping.
I heard y'all was gonna be hungry after all this was over with, so I got all this food. I
heard y'all was gonna be hungry after they didn't beat y'all up.
I got whole chickens and chicken tenders to sell. What is wrong with you? I wanted to see that.
And don't be coming in here scuffing up my floors and stepping on my floors.
Your grandmother told your aunt when she plays Delta, she went out to Xavier to watch her go over. I remember grandma told me, I remember that. I paid $10 for her to go stomping in them damn shoes. That's what the white shoes. She said,
my people, that is our family.
I paid $10 for them white. She's stomping all on the goddamn ground. Made me so mad.
So for all of you out there who are legacies, that if you go home to your legacies, this is what we go home to. We go home to somebody telling us,
Wait.
nobody gonna beat me up. Nobody gonna beat me up. Just call me brother.